Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
First question, can architecture be taught? Why?
I'm a strong believer that architecture can be taught. When I first came to IIT, I had little to no experience in architecture. And it was quite intimidating to learn about all the experience my peers had. And so I didn't think that I had a chance. But as soon as I started going through the curriculum and the classes, I became a strong believer that it can be taught. There are some core technical and creative skills that that you learn throughout, and it is possible to learn how to become an architect.
What is still missing in the architecture education system, and what do you see unnecessary to teach nowadays?
What's missing from the architecture education is real life experience. When you're in studio, you play pretend a lot. There's a lot of prompts, and you don't get to deal with budgets, with clients, with meetings, and the normal day-to-day experiences of an architect. And I think that through the 5-year education that you would get, I think it's quite important to at least spend 2, if not more, semesters of your studio time actually doing a co-op or an internship where you can get that real life experience.
How do you push the boundaries of architecture education?
I think that in pushing the boundaries of architecture education, it's important to show that you don't have to become an architect even though you go to architecture school. I think that architects are well suited to become problem solvers in other fields to solve real world problems that are in need of fixing. I'm a strong believer that architecture is not the end all be all once you get your diploma. And I think that in pushing the boundaries, it would be to begin that interdisciplinary interactions with different colleges, whether it's the School of Science, or if it's the business school, or it could even be philosophy or sociology. I really think that once these spheres mesh, you'll have a better product.
How can we educate the general public about architecture?
Well, the general public is always exposed to architecture. We live in built environments. We have shelter. We go to schools. We go to establishments that are all built. So it's very obvious. It's very clear that people do get exposed. But when it comes to the profession, I think that there is a lack of education of what it means to become an architect. It is romanticized what an architect is, and in order to change that, we have to project the issues that are involved within architecture.
What is the architectural degree worth to you?
The architectural degree, to me, is a great foundation of design. You learn how to design at many scales, whether it's you're building a small model for studio, or if you're designing a huge skyscraper or a whole neighborhood or a urban habitat. Because of that, you're able to understand design at many levels, whether it's you're designing a logo on a piece of paper, or you're trying to solve bigger problems that affect this planet. I think that that's how far my diploma will push me to go outside of the field of architecture and solve other problems.
Brian, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.